Okay, so I've never really watched that much Harry Potter in my life. I'm not like as into it as some people, but I knew about the houses, but I actually don't know that much about them. And I was listening to a podcast today that was talking about like all the houses and went in depth, and then they ended up taking the quiz, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to take this quiz, you know, I want to find out. Obviously I don't know much about this, but Hufflepuff is supposed to be like the dumb crowd, right? So I've been told, and I just assumed that's where I would be put, you know, like a little bit probably airheady, and I don't know. I really thought that I was gonna be a Hufflepuff. Okay, me going into this, you know what I got? Can you see that? How did this happen? Those cunning folks use any means to achieve their ends. So apparently I'm an evil badass bitch. I feel like that is the complete opposite. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna do another quiz. The questions were like stupid though. It's like I can see maybe why I got Slytherin. Like one of the questions was like there's a troll on this bridge, and like you can either fight the troll by yourself, fight the troll with like your other friends, draw with your friends to see who fights the troll, or you can confuse the troll so you don't even have to fight him. I'm like, I don't know how big this troll is. Someone or all of us might die. So what's the smartest decision here? To confuse the fucking troll. You know, stop trying to be a hero when you can outwit somebody. Come after me. Hate on me for that. J-Dub! Guys, my hair's super greasy. I know I look like a bum today. So just respect me and be nice to me because I just started my period. So Harry Potter house quiz. I'm gonna do it over and I'm gonna go through the answers. Excuse me. What would you least like to be called? Ignorant, cowardly, selfish, or ordinary? I chose selfish because sometimes I feel like I'm selfish, and that's like I hate. I'm fine with being called ignorant. I'm fine with being called cowardly. Like I'll admit, like I can be I fall asleep with the blanket over my head. I will always put a blanket over my head as I'm going to sleep because I feel open and vulnerable and I feel like ghosts are staring at me. I don't know if that's cowardly, but no. Okay, so I chose selfish. I don't want to be called selfish, even though sometimes I probably really am. When you're dead, what do you want people to do when they think of you? Miss me and smile. Think of my achievements. Tell stories about my adventures. I don't care what people think of me when I'm dead. It's when I'm alive that counts. That one is definitely the answer. When I'm dead, I want people to remember me as the good, the great, the wise, or the bold. I really try and want to be wise, but I definitely think I'm more bold. I went with bold for this one. If you could make a potion that would guarantee you one thing, what would it be? Love, glory, wisdom, or power? Love is nice, sure, but out of all these things, like it's not my top priority. Glory, I don't think I have a good definition of glory in my head. Power, I'm a little bit corruption, you know? But wisdom, I think wisdom is definitely, that's it. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which do you drink? The golden potion that gives off bright sunspots that dance around the room. A silvery, glittery potion that sparkles as if containing ground diamonds. A thick potion that smells of plums and chocolate. Or a black, inky potion that make you see strange visions. The black inky one is like ominous, and like strange visions, it's like you're tripping on acid. Which instrument is most pleasing to your ear? The violin, the piano, the drums, the trumpet. I really love all these instruments, but violin wins this because I just have a strong connection to the violin. I was a dancer, and there's this band called the Vitamin String Quartet, and I had been dancing to that band or quartet, whatever you want to call it, you know, since I was a kid, but it's really beautiful. You enter a magical garden. What do you look at first? A luminous pool with something in its depths. But I'll read the other ones. A statue with a twinkling eye. Like, that's cool, too, maybe. A silver tree with golden apples. I feel like that's the ugliest thing. Like, a gold apple is cool, but like a silver tree, like, come on, that's ugly. Talking toadstools. I feel like I'd probably kick one of them because I'd be like annoyed. So definitely a luminous pool with something in its depths. I have a memory of like visiting somebody's house and they had this pool and they didn't like close it up for the winter time, so they left it open all year, and it was like green and brown, like, and it looked super scary because you couldn't see the bottom, and there was a slide that like went into the pool, and just, it was so creepy. Oh god, I remember being a little kid and being like, if I fall in, I'm gonna die. But there's something like I love about that. Not that I wanted to die, just like, it's really fucking creepy. 4 boxes are set before you. Which do you open? This one I might change my answer for, but I'm gonna read them out. A plain jet black box with a silver rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. A golden box with carved feet that warn secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lurk within. A plain pewter box that says, I open only for the worthy, and then a tortoise shell box that sounds like something is squeaking inside of it. This one's gotta be the hardest one, because if there's like something squeaking inside a box, I want to open it, because if there's an animal in there, like, I want them to breathe. But if we're in a magic world where they can breathe in a box, I'll leave it in there, because I don't know what the fuck is squeaking, and I don't want to open that shit up, you know? Like, for all I know, it's some vigilante devil demon ass thing that's like, I'm not gonna bring that shit in the world. The one I ended up going with originally was a pewter box, like a plain box that says, I open only for the worthy. I really want to be worthy. But the thing is that a trick? Like, if I try and open the box, will it not open because I'm not worthy? I chose that one originally because I'm like, I want to be so worthy. This one's hard because I don't know what the tricks are. We're gonna choose the Marlin box this time. Last time I chose the other one. What smell is most appealing to you? Home, the sea, fresh parchment, or a log fire? My house smells like my house, and I feel like house smells are really weird. When you go into somebody's house, like, usually there's like a distinct house smell. Some houses more than others. I think my house has that distinct smell. And I moved to this house when I was 11 years old. So the house that I was originally born in, I never thought it had a smell. But then this house has like a distinct smell. It's not like a family house smell. It's not like my family carries around this smell with us and we all smell like this. I think it's the legitimate house. The people before us, I don't know if they smell like this, but the smell has not gone away. Like, it is the smell of this house. It's like very distinct. It's not bad. It's just, anyway, I don't care about house smell. The sea smells like shit. Salt water sounds so good. I literally have a candle. Blue ocean waters and breezy sea air. That sounds so good. It smells so good. But the real ocean smells like shit. So no. I don't know what the fuck fresh parchment is. Are we talking about baking parchment paper? I don't really know what parchment is. I'm not gonna search it up. Obviously, I'm going with the log fire here. Wow, this is like a little get to know me quiz. A troll breaks into the headmaster's study. Order the following items in the order that you would save them. This one I had a little bit of trouble with, okay? Dragonpox cure that the headmaster has nearly completed, student records going back 1,000 years, and a book of indecipherable runes thought to have been owned by Merlin. Okay, now reading this, I don't know. So if I have to save these, originally I was like, it's got to be the cure. But then I'm like, I don't know. The Book of Merlin, I feel like that's the most important here. Now reading it over, it says it's indecipherable runes. Even if I save that, like, is there somebody who can decipher them? I was thinking about the student records, because 1,000 years of records is a lot. And I'm like, what if something sketchy happened? My true crime brain is going off here. I'm like, you need that data. Now that seems really important. And obviously the dragon pox cure. What if I got pox? I'm being selfish. I'm trying to be empathetic though. You get it and you die, so that's really important too. You know what? This might change my answer at the end. My original answer was save the book, then the cure, then the records. But I think I'm gonna change it. Records, book. Who can decipher Merlin's runes? Come on. I have no idea. I want to change my answer. I don't know how important Merlin is to me. Fuck. I thought he was the main guy. He's basically God in this, right? He's like a wizard, right? Yeah, he is. I would let him take all of them. I'd be like, just do it so I don't have to make a fucking decision. Okay, we have to save the cure. Let's think of the people here. For the people. Cure. Now, what's more important? The book or the records? Book or the records? I'm gonna drop Merlin, which doesn't make sense because I wanted to open Merlin's box. Can I change my answer? Oh no, it doesn't let me go back. Okay, well, I feel like the student records are important. I feel like you're gonna find out some fucking information. And like, Merlin, like, fuck that guy. Like, why can't he? I've made my decision. Cure. The records, the books. That's what we're doing. What would you rather be? Trusted, liked, praised, feared, envied, imitated. Oh, I thought that said intimidated the first time I read this. I'd rather be imitated. Oh, like somebody wants to be me, so they like imitate me. No, be your own person. Don't be me. To be liked, I think everybody for the most part wants to be liked. If you don't want to be liked, power to you. I feel like being trusted is definitely like the one. I'm trying to step away from wanting to be liked. That's my goal. I actively work on that shit every single day, so. Which of the following do you have the most trouble dealing with? Hunger, being ignored, I guess being cold, boredom, or loneliness? Probably loneliness. I know, I always say, like, hopefully one day I'll have a ton of friends. If you could have a superpower, which would you choose? Read minds, invisibility, change the past, change your appearance, talk to animals, or super strength. Wait, holy shit. For a second I was like, change your appearance, like you could only do it one time. But changing your appearance like Raven in X-Men, I might have to change my answer. So originally, I chose to read minds. Why would you want to read minds? Because then you would just know what people are thinking about you. What good could I do in this world if I could read minds? I would just be like, make me a detective, or I'm gonna be on the FBI. I chose reading minds because I thought I could help solve a lot of things. Of course, I want to be Charles. Talking to animals, that'd be so sick. I already talk to my animals so much because I think animals see a lot of shit. They're like the CCTV of the forest, you know what I mean? And they see shit. And if they could talk to me, I could find out so much information. Again, this is just like to help me with investigations and stuff like that. If animals could tell me their secrets, I'd have so much knowledge. Now I'm gonna go with change your appearance. I'm changing out my answers. I feel like changing your appearance would be so cool. That's so fucking awesome. Yeah, I want to be Raven from X-Men. Which of the following would you most like to study? A centaur, mer people? That shit kind of freaks me out. Ghosts, werewolves, vampires, goblins, or trolls. For me personally, I think I would want to study ghosts because they're the only things that can't die. I want to understand them and their purpose. I'm gonna stop talking about it because it's freaking me out. I don't want to understand you guys right now, but if I was in this world, I think I have strep throat again. Which subject at Hogwarts would you most be interested in studying? Everything. Apparition. Hexes and jinxes. That's cool, I basically already do that now. Secrets about the castle, transfiguration, broom flying, care of magical creatures. That's awesome. I'd love to learn how to take care of like a dragon or something. But I'm gonna go with everything. Okay, this is the question that I was telling you about. You and your friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll. He insists that one of you fight him before you can cross. What do?
Confuse the troll.
You know that a fellow house member cheated on a test. You got the second highest grade in your class. Your housemate was highest. Professor Flitwick confronts you and asks if they were cheating. What do? Tell Professor Flitwick the truth. He deserves to be found out. Tell Professor Flitwick to ask your classmate and tell your classmate that if he won't tell the truth, you will. Lie and say you don't know, but hope he finds out somehow. If you knew someone was cheating, you wouldn't wait for Flitwick to ask. You'd tell him before the test started. Realistically, if this happened, I think I would probably lie and say, I don't know, and I would hope that he finds out somehow. But what I would want to do is tell Professor Flitwick to ask my classmate, and then I would tell my classmate, I'd be like, yo, listen, you don't fucking tell him the truth when he asks, I will. Although sometimes I'm such a people pleaser that I don't know if I would end up going and telling them the truth. I'm trying to fix it though. Which path do you take? Twisting leafy path through the woods, a dark lantern lit alley, a wide sunny grassy path, or a cobblestone street lined with ancient buildings. So I originally chose the leafy path through the woods. I think I'm gonna stick with that. I do like a good cobblestone street though. Which nightmare would scare you the most? None of your friends or family know who you are. Being trapped in a dark room with an eye peering at you through a keyhole. I'm kind of into it. Fantasizing about it, like I kind of dig the fact that there's this eye looking at me. I'm probably gonna get so much hate for that. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like creepy, but in like kind of a funny way. Being caught up high with no handholds. Being forced to speak in a funny voice so that everyone laughs at you. That happens to me every single day of my life, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so this one I'm still gonna go with it. The one I went with last time. None of your friends or family know who you are. That is terrifying. I've had dreams like that before, and I'm crying. It's so sad. It's like, Mom, it's me. He's like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, I don't have anybody. That is loneliness. You're walking down the street late at night and you hear a cry that you're fairly sure has a magical source. What do you do? Withdraw into the shadows, reviewing offensive and defensive spells that may be appropriate. Draw your wand and try to discover the source. Proceed with caution, keeping a hand on your still concealed wand. Draw your wand and stand your ground. Proceed with caution, keeping a hand on your still concealed wand. That's what I chose originally because I feel like that's the smartest decision. Like, you can just pull that shit out, like, and they won't see it coming. A muggle approaches you and says you're a wizard. How do you react? I don't really know what a muggle is, but I guess they aren't allowed to know that I'm a wizard, and a muggle might be a human being. Ask them why they think so. Agree and offer a sample of a jinx. Agree and walk away, bluffing. Express your concern and offer to call a mental hospital. Which one do you guys think I chose? If you chose the last one, express your concern and offer to call a mental hospital, you'd be right. It's literally gaslighting. I think that's really funny. Can you imagine? Somebody's like, I know you're a wizard. I'd be like, did you call me a wizard? If I need to protect myself, I'm gonna lie. And I lie every single day as an actor. Like, I feel like this is the easiest for me to just be like, what the are you talking about? If you could pick any house to be sorted into, which would you pick? I don't know anything really, so I just said, I'll let the sorting hat decide where I should be. Wait, how did I get Hufflepuff this time? This shit isn't real. Guys, kind of want to be a Slytherin. If I did this test a third time, I'm sure I would change my answers. I got Gryffindor. Definitely not a Gryffindor. Going into this, let's stop this. I think this is enough. Going into this, I really thought I was gonna be Hufflepuff, and then I was a Slytherin, and I was kind of surprised by the fact that I was a Slytherin. I was kind of happy, and I felt mysterious. Bottom line is, I want to stay Slytherin. From now on, if people ask what house I'm in, I'm gonna say Slytherin, and they're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna be, yep. That was some fun. Now I have to get to work. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different from my other videos, but I love it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. I respect you. I will catch you guys next time in another video. Peace out.